Still on Eskom, the power utilities data has revealed that almost 40% of prepaid meters in some cities aren't vending power, suggesting significant meter fraud. Officials have discovered the non-vending machines as they continue the program to upgrade the meters. Eskom spokesperson Daphne Mokoena joins us now to just discuss this matter further. Good evening, Daphne. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. So the program that you've been embarking upon of upgrading the prepaid meters, it seems, has revealed very worrying details. Just talk to us about what exactly this upgrade has uncovered.
Yeah, thank you, and good evening to your viewers. So remember, what is happening is that we've got these meters that the software is expiring on the 24th of November. These are prepaid meters that need to be upgraded, or the software needs to be upgraded so that come the 24th of November 2024, customers can continue to upload these meters or their credit on these meters so that they can continue having electricity. So we've been since August 2022, changing these or configuring the software to enable customers to ensure that by the time the 24th of November comes, these customers will be able to buy without any, issues. So what we're finding, because as Eskom currently, we've got about 6.9 million prepaid meters out there that we need to configure or to upgrade. So currently we've done about 6.6 million or prepared 6.6 million meters, meaning that all the 6.6 million meters, customers can go to any vendor and buy, or when they actually credit or are ready to credit their meters, they can just go and buy, and they will receive the two 20-digit numbers, which basically means that when they get home, they just upload those 20-digit numbers and the credit token 20-digit number, and they will be able, their meter will be upgraded, and their credit will also register on their meter. So currently we've got about 4 million customers that have converted or reconfigured or upgraded their meters, meaning that we still have about 2.6 million customers that still need to upload their meter or reconfigure their meters so that they can be their meters can be upgraded so that come the 24th of November, they can continue as normal without any issues. Yeah.
Definitely, it seemed as though the upgrade was going smoothly since last year, but you plateaued at some point, and that's when it became evident that possibly here you're dealing with non-vending meters. So what has happened now with the 2.6? Have you established that these ones are probably people that could be bypassing their meters?
So we've got several issues that we are faced with. One, we've got customers that are buying from illegal vendors. Now, come the 24th of November, these customers won't be able to continue with these illicit or these illegal acts. And we've got customers that have bypassed their meters, meaning that they are just consuming indiscriminately. And that is why we always talk about our infrastructure that gets overloaded, and hence we had to implement, measures like load reduction because of such instances. Then we've got customers that we have disconnected because of when we audit their meters, we do find that customers have done these illicit behaviors. Hence, the requirement or the process is that we disconnect the customer. We find the customer, depending on what the customer is consuming. If it's a 60 amp or a 20 amp customer, we then find that customer about 6,050 rands. Up until the customer pays that amount, it's then that the customer stays off. Until he pays that amount, then that's when we can reconnect that customer. We've got several customers that we have disconnected, not just individual, areas that we have disconnected, because we find that about 90% of customers in such areas, so in say for an example, in a particular isolated network, are not buying. And in such instances as well, we we do disconnect those customers up until we come to some agreement where they pay their penalties. We then replace the meters that they would have vandalized, and then the customers, we expect that these customers will continue now doing, the right, or continue to do the right thing, which is basically buying from legal vendors and not bypassing their meters.
Daphne, it's quite comforting that this program of updating the software has uncovered this kind of a problem. But had it not been for the software upgrade, would you have been able to establish that you've got a lot of prepaid meters that are non-vending?
Yeah, let me maybe also correct that. We do know from our system, because we do have systems that we do audit time and again, which shows that there are these customers that are buying. And as we replace, and that is why we, have engaged or have started projects like replacing meters, like in Soweto. You would know that we have started some time ago replacing the meters with split meters. We are now actually replacing with the recent technology, which is smart meter. So it's not that this program is the program that actually made us aware that we got issues. It's our systems actually have been showing, and we have been continuing to disconnect or audit our meters and disconnect.
In what sense does the system indicate? Pardon me for interjecting there, just to get more clarity. In what sense? Because I could be a customer who probably buys electricity for, say, 10,000 or even 20, and I'd never need to constantly go and get more tokens. So if you wouldn't see any movement there, or I'm not somebody that continuously buys, it means I've bought for a longer period. So how easy is it to detect that the movement that you're not seeing here is based on the fact that this person has a lot of credit, or it's a person who's actually buying from illegal vendors?
So our system, we can see that Daphne has bought, units of this particular worth this particular amount. And obviously, if it's a household, and if we suspect that, this household cannot be using, for an example, we do have examples where somebody just buys for about 50 rands for that matter. And every month they buy for 50 rands. But, most of these people normally are those that are buying from ghost vendors. So because the system won't pick this person up as a zero buyer, because our system also indicates those customers that are not buying at all. So we do go and investigate whether this customer is not buying because he's got alternative supply, or sources of energy, or is it because he has bypassed, or is that customer that you're talking about that had bought more units and he's not using a lot of electricity over a period of time that obviously if it's a longer period, it does create that suspicion that we then send our technicians to go out and audit these meters, and depending on what they find, they will then disconnect, or they will then come with a report that everything is under control with certain customers. Obviously, those that do not comply or would have bypassed their meters will be disconnected, fined, and they will remain disconnected up until they pay the fines.
But I'm sure, Daphne, you would agree with 6.9 million prepaid meters that you have to monitor. It would prove to be quite an arduous task. But thank you very much for your time this evening. That's Eskom spokesperson Daphne Mokoena speaking to us there.